My name's Caitlin Collister, and this is my lesson for fourth grade. And the objective is to demonstrate volleying through using the set and bump motions. And the activity would be students will enter the gym and sit on their assigned spot from the beginning of the year. On the board, they're going to read the warm-up to start with. So they're going to see 5 stretches. They're going to begin with that and do 20 of each in the first 7 minutes of class. And then once they're done with that as a class, we're then going to do 1 lap around the gym, lightly jogging, 1 lap of high knees, and 1 lap of butt kicks, just to get our heart rate up. When they're finished, we will then return to our assigned spots. Today, we're going to learn as a group how to volley. By raise of hands, who has ever played volleyball or tennis before? Awesome. Well, today we're going to focus more on the volleyball aspect of it in volleying. Even if you're an expert, you're going to learn the set skills that will make you better at volleying. So in class today, we're going to learn a few different things. One, we're going to learn what a volley is, the process of volleying, and we're going to learn and practice volleying with a partner, and then in the end as a group. When we need to use our arms to catch, throw, bump, and set the ball. We're going to use our minds to know when to catch the ball, when to set the ball, when to bump the ball. So now I'm going to demonstrate a few different aspects of it. One, we're going to start with the set. So you're going to want to get your hands a little bit wide, not too wide, in a shape of around a triangle. And you're not going to want to lunge your hands like that, but just push up on the ball. We're going to throw it up and just push up. Now we're going to learn how to pass the ball or bump the ball. So we're going to have one fist like this, and you're going to wrap your other hand around it. You're going to want to use your knees to get underneath the ball and push up. You're not going to want to just throw your arms around and bump the ball. You're going to get underneath the ball, so we're going to throw it up and get underneath and bump it. And then that would be my set induction. For my task progression, students are first going to start the set and bump motion by themselves against the wall. They're going to want to start first the set and then go to the bump for about 3 to 5 minutes. Some challenges with this would be adding in both the bump and the set motion, and then as well as to aim for one spot on the wall. The second part that we're going to go into after they do that for about 3 to 5 minutes, students are then going to get placed with a partner. They're going to make sure that they're standing on the same dot or the same cone as them. Once the partners are together, we're going to make sure everyone is standing with their partner. And then one partner is then going to obtain a volleyball. They're just going to get 1 per set of partners. Once the volleyball has been obtained, the other partner is going to stand on the opposite side where a cone is placed. Now that the partner's on the opposite sides of the cone, we're then going to start the act of volleying. So we're not going to start necessarily the pass and set motion to start, just to get as partners just kind of get comfortable with each other. They're going to stand semi-close together, not too close, and one partner is going to toss the volleyball to the other partner, and the other partner is going to catch it. Just their hands are going to underhand toss and then catch it. One thing I will tell them is to remember to keep their eyes on the ball that your partner is throwing, and then make sure you remember when to catch it by keeping your eye on the ball. And then a challenge for this is when they start to get more comfortable with the toss and catch motion, step back a little bit further, and just remind them, remember only to stay tossing the volleyball to their set partner. And then as we continue in the task progression, we're going to get a little more complicated. Students will begin the volleying motions with a set, the set that we learned at the beginning of class. I will tell them, remember to keep to start close before with their partner, keep their hands above their forehead, and push up. And then a challenge for this is see how many sets you can get without the ball dropping. Maybe sing the ABCs so the ball doesn't drop. I'll make sure to tell them, make sure you're walking to get your ball. If it stays, stay behind others if it strays away that are still volleying so they don't get messed up. Another task we'll do is students are going to begin the volleying motion with the pass or the bump. I'll tell them, remember to start close and then get low with your knees, get underneath the ball, and then push your body up to keep the ball controlled. a challenge for this is add in another set of partners once you get 7 volleys, just to kind of get more people involved. And then as a group, the challenge for that can be count out loud how many volleys you can get, and just remind them to keep the ball controlled and walk to receive the ball. And then the last task progression that we are going to do is students are going to add the 2 motions to create a full volley, the pass, the bump, and the set. Students, I'll remind them to use the set and the bump when they seem necessary, so using your mind to do that. A challenge is when everyone feels confident. This is when the net comes in. We will play 2 games on courts as 6-on-6. So they're knowing when to pass and when to set, and just reminding them of when playing the game, be a good sport. So today we learned what a volley was, how to have a volley, and the motions necessary to create a volley in volleyball. I'll then ask my students what were the 2 motions we did to have an active volley. Then I'll ask them to turn to their shoulder partner, tell them what a good volleyer does. And then we get to explain in this class, a good volleyer uses their eyes to watch the ball and their knees to get underneath the ball, and their mind to know when to set or bump the ball. And then we learned at the end that you can have a volley in a group setting as well as with modifications for this lesson is 1, the student could use a larger ball so it's easier to catch the ball, toss the ball, pass the ball, or bump or set the ball. Another one is having a partner to work alongside of them and right by them. So this is my lesson for 4th grade on demonstrating how to volley.